gonna jump in after. Like I'm gonna.
Breaking news. You know, this is not a normal paint with the Saints. Sorry, I lost my voice a little. This is actually, this is actually a birthday paint with the Saint, because the Saint's birthday is today. So happy birthday to him. So there are two reports. The first report is that donuts aren't edible, and the other report is that this will be interrupted by a commercial break. So that was our news report. I want to do it.
What do I do when I'm not traveling the world? What do you think?
Listen up! I'm only gonna say this once!
Time for some live oil painting. Time for some live oil painting.
Time for some live oil painting.
So,
Hit your pen, pour a drink, and dive into the chat to see what's running through the mind of the man who knows he's holier than that. Saint Carlos, patron saint of oil paint. This is Paint with a Saint.
I know that nobody calls you Saint.
go ahead and give it a click on camera too. Hello, how's it going, everybody? Check, 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 1 2 1 2. Thank you for tuning in. Everything looks different, does it not? Everything looks different because we have my good friend Tyree. Come on in front of the camera real quick.
Come on in here, man.
My good friend Tyree is in town.
Oh, we got right here.
Yep.
You know, we can't. We're a little bit too dark for the screen, but you know, I got some of this Thanksgiving strawberry cake, man. You know, so I'm just here for the food, y'all.
I want to go ahead and clarify that the strawberry cake is not for Thanksgiving, it's for my birthday. 'Cause today's my birthday. So we have a lot of people in the house today. So it'll be a nice noisy stream, and that's perfectly fine. No problem with that. But we're gonna have fun. Tyra brought some equipment up. If you've been following the streams and listening to me talk to him during the chat, you know that we've been going back and forth and trying to figure out how to dial in the lighting and the sound and everything for our streams. So it's cool to have him in town and helping me
Yes.
do an episode here. We're gonna work on some details up in the front patch here.
Yeah, the upper section.
And yeah, so let me scoot on in and we'll figure this all out.
So my job is gonna be today, if y'all can hear me on the stream here, I'm gonna be working the chat today, having a little fun with the Saint today, doing a little commentary. Just to let y'all know, man, I'm here in the actual room and actually see this up front. I mean, the stream really doesn't do it justice. I wish y'all could actually see how good this thing looks in person. But I'm just hanging out. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's watching right now. I'm just here kind of hanging out, man.
Also, say happy birthday to Saint Carlos.
All right. Yes. Happy birthday to St. Carlos. You know what I'm saying? This is a special stream today. We're going to dial it in, take it up a notch, have a little fun.
Today I think we're going to focus on like just the winged wheel here and try to get it as hyper detailed as possible. Now that I have a camera person who can operate and show you scale and whatnot, this is about how, this is my hand touching the canvas right now. This is about how big our winged wheel is. It's really only about the size of, you know, the width of my palm. So when we zoom in,
I'm giving you a neck massage.
thank you for giving me a neck massage. When we zoom in and see the areas that I'm working on, they're very small. So even though this is a large painting, much, much larger than the painting in our initial stream, our initial painting stream, this is still a pretty small area. So we're kind of doing more detail work today. I need to re-up, maybe I don't actually.
Where's the chat at? Where's the chat?
Chat is just not in yet, but it'll pop up over here if anybody starts talking.
Okay, bad. You'll only be me, but I'm actually here, man. You can actually talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we have one other person who's really dedicated to the chat, and who knows, they might be tuning in, they might be doing Thanksgiving festivities, I don't know. But either way, if anything pops up, we will always acknowledge it. So I am gonna have to pour out some more paint because I see that this is a leftover palette from last session. So I gotta reload some stuff on here. I'm sure a lot of what's in here is dry to the touch already. Maybe not. That's good. I can use that. Earlier today, as part of a birthday gift to myself, I went out and bought a bunch of new brushes. I got like 34 new brushes, I think. So we're going to be using brand new brushes on the stream today.
Oh, that means double painting.
This is one of the best days of my life. All right, cool.
Built-in entertainment, man.
All right, sick. And I got myself a new caddy cart for all my equipment, so this is awesome. Let me pour out a little bit of liquid, my mixing medium. This helps me stretch the. Okay, this helps me stretch my my paint as far as I want to. This is like the best distractions I've ever had. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here. All right, so this is just straight alizarin crimson. This will be like, it's kind of darker like on my palette paper than the winged wheel. But the thing is, I'll show you right now, if I toss in white to brighten up the value on that, it gets me this nice like pink tone, but it kind of brings down the chroma a little bit. It's not like as like punchy. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, maybe I won't use, I think I'm just gonna use straight alizarin crimson for my reds, and then the whites will mix up because it's already dark and in shadow anyway, so I'm not worried about it getting too deep. Like getting it up to the full brightness would be harder than just like essentially, clean this up a little bit. Yeah, essentially it'll behoove me to just use straight alizarin crimson. So this is very out of the ordinary to not have to mix a color, but let's just do the reds with this red. And then we'll mix up a tree of some whites, some cooler, warmer, grayer tones.
So we diving into that logo then.
Yeah, we're gonna jump right in here.
Okay.
Make sure I got my little reference pulled up for what it even looks like.
My camera's actually level. It's nice.
Nice.
Let's see.
All right.
Now we're really gonna dial in here for the first time. We're gonna get really into that logo and watch these strokes as he's making these guys here.
So I'm going to be, oh man, I have room to move around now too. This is great. All right, I'm just gonna come right in and just start making a Red Wings emblem. The reference I pulled up for this is the year that this fight took place. So this particular winged wheel reference I'm working off of right now is the same one that would have been on Abdulkader's jersey in this fight, in this picture. If you look in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you see the reference photo of what we're painting. You can see that you can barely tell because just the way the photographer worked, the detail, it's not going to pick up like all the stitching and the embroidery and everything. But I can do that with my reference and we can put it in real life here, and then it'll just add to the realism. Looking good on the screen there?
Oh yeah, we in there. Now I can really see a lot of those really multi-tones you got in there. Mm-hmm. Those whites, some grays, blues. There's a lot of stuff going on right there.
Isn't it wild how much different it looks in person and definitely on a better camera setup? It's a whole lot easier to see the details.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And like I said, this is very
I'm in there.
zoomed in. You know, if you're looking at my fingernail here, this is a very small subsection of the painting, but it's arguably the most important subsection of the painting.
Like when you zoom out, it looks like a real fluid red, but when you get in there, you can really see those different tones.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the impressive part there, man. I'm enjoying that portion of it.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to. I mean, everybody is already going to be able to tell that this is a Red Wings fight, you know? Mm-hmm. But actually painting the winged wheel in there is so, like, important, you know? It feels like there's an honor attached to doing it.
So let me ask you this. How many tones you think you have underneath that symbol that you got going on right? I'm looking, and just from the naked eye, like now that I'm so zoomed in and watching it on the screen, I'm seeing, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm seeing some maybe some grays, some different tones of reds with some blues in there too, maybe?
In all of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in mixing up the whites that we used for this, because you don't want to use just straight white,
Yeah,
it's
right.
not going to look natural. In mixing that up, we used the same palette paper and the same oil that we used to mix all of this other outside white, and that's got a lot of purple in it, actually.
I'm gonna zoom out real quick so people can actually see this.
Sure.
Like, when you go out, it looks like a fluid red. But when you zoom in there, you can really see, I've never really seen this like this before. You can really see like those undertones. You got some stark white in there, some grays, turning into some purples, maybe a hint of like a bluish gray undertone with some couple different shades of red, of course, but that's crazy, bro. I'm really over here to learn too. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the interesting part, like knowing like what someone's intentions are, like I mentioned in the last stream. Like knowing what the person is actually doing. Because sometimes you don't, like, this is a privilege to be able to see somebody actually paint something like this. You go to an art museum, you're kind of creating your own interpretation of what would be and what could be, and your whole, like, how you see the picture and your thoughts behind it. But like actually talking to someone as they're doing it is what I really dig.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is like fun to know or a bummer to know, but like I screw up constantly, and then I'm just fixing stuff on the fly, right?
So yeah, I mean that's gonna happen. I mean, it's kind of like, just from an artistic standpoint, doing music. I mean, of course you're not gonna keep everything. You're gonna re-record certain things and maybe listen to it a few times and go back. So messing up is always a part of the process, right? So
I refer to it as a push-pull. It's like you're pushing in one direction, you got to pull it back a little bit, then you push a little bit, and then you got to pull it back a little bit. And it's like President Obama once had an analogy about like passing legislatures like football. Like you gain a few yards, you lose a couple, you gain a few, but eventually you can get to that touchdown line.
Yep, that big play, yeah.
And yeah, that's how it is with this too.
So I'm gonna be here from like a very ignorant standpoint,
Perfectly fine.
which is the great part about this. So if someone's wondering as you go, let's talk about the mistakes. How do you erase paint?
So, I don't want to show you because I like what I've put down right now.
Okay.
So I don't want to pull this off, but
just give me an example.
You can literally take your clear liquid medium here and just like put it on the paint as long as it's fresh. Mix it in, and it'll just kind of like pull it off of the canvas, and it won't dig in or kill like anything that's underneath it as long as that underlayer is dry. Okay. And you just grab a rag. I like to use old white t-shirts because they're lintless, and you just wipe it off.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome. But that's not the answer that, like, that's how you erase paint, but that's not what I do.
Because my thought was like, me being the old school cat that I am, I'm thinking like whiteout.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? You throw some white out on there and go back to white and
so
start over.
That is theoretically closer to what I was gonna say. Instead of pulling paint off, I normally just put another layer on top of it. Because like the more layers I put on, the more texture I get out of everything. So it makes it a lot more enjoyable to look at when you can see like little bumps and brush strokes, Okay. That's a benefit that like you don't really get from the still photo. You have to see paintings in person to really understand the texture that's on there.
We're gonna back it up just a little bit. That's good, yeah. I've always wondered that, so I'm pretty sure people out there that are watching at some point, but maybe that aren't the most avid painters, or maybe starting to paint. I have a question like, how do you go back?
So, also too, I paint in oils, and that's a big deal because something like an acrylic painting, acrylic is gonna dry so quick, it's kind of hard to go in and like tune stuff. But oils, you can keep it wet for as long as you want, so you can always jump right back in and move something around, erase, in the method of like lifting it or whatever. Whereas acrylics, you put that brush stroke down, by the time you turn and mix up another color and go back to the canvas, you might be like, oh, too dry, I can't do anything with this.
So let's piggyback on that. Let's talk about the level of fear you have. I mean, you've been doing this for so long. Like, for someone starting out, like, are you like you're really painting pretty comfortably here? Your hands pretty steady. But what if somebody's just starting out? Like, should they have like a level of like being scared to mess up, right? You know what I'm saying? So like with your techniques and what you're doing, like you seem really comfortable. But like, let's talk about like how you got there, right?
Yeah.
Have you always been this comfortable? Obviously, there's a learning curve, but have you always been this comfortable, like painting?
No, not really. But the thing is, what are you painting for, right?
Yeah.
Are you painting for yourself because it gives you some kind of therapy? Are you painting commission because somebody's paying you a couple $100 to paint their cat? Those are two different things, two different answers, right? So, sorry, I'm just trying to find the subsection I'm in right here. If I'm painting for myself, I try really hard not to care at all. Like, you know, a mistake, what is that? I'm just here like pushing paint around to waste the hours of the day, you know? I can't like say that I have like any kind, or even in the beginning, like fear or trepidation when it comes to putting the paint on the canvas, because you're not gonna be good. You're just gonna be starting, right? You know, nobody picks up a guitar and shreds a solo right away. There's no such thing as that. It doesn't exist. So anybody that might be concerned of like, oh man, maybe I'm not good at this. Well, no, you aren't. Like, you just have to get good at this. And, you know, spoiler alert, it's a lifetime thing, and a lot of people don't ever really feel like they've mastered it. And that's the whole point of continuously trying.
So, piggyback on that.
Yeah.
So you're a tattoo artist, of course. How are the techniques different and also similar in what you're doing right now?
The only similarity that I feel exists here is that there's a layering process where, like, you know that certain pigment is going to show through the layer that's over it, almost like you're putting transparent pieces of colored glass over each other. So you got to make sure that what's going underneath isn't going to affect what it comes through. Beyond that, it's two completely different worlds. You could have all of the concepts of contrast and color theory and harmonious design and stuff like that, but once you pick up the tattoo machine, you're lost. You're like, wow, how does this work? It just doesn't transfer one for one at all. So like the differences between the two would be more like everything about the application. So the fastest example I can give of that is like, I could take a paintbrush and go and then have a stroke on there. But if I want to do that with a tattoo machine, I have to slowly build up the edges and the shape of what looks like a random stroke, and then make sure to have just the perfect amount of randomness in it. You're simulating what the other medium is.
Okay.
So if I'm tattooing something and I want it to look like an oil painting, I'm faking how it would look like an oil painting, but I'm not using any of the actual technique of oil painting in it.
I got you.
So it's just like your artistic fundamentals. If they're there, then you can know and apply that.
So basically what you're saying, I mean, obviously you're essentially painting on skin. It doesn't really translate. So it's basically you're learning a whole new craft two ways, right? So would you say like the fact that you're an artist helps you tattoo better?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are some intangibles that you could talk about. Like if you already have your 10,000 hours in on painting and drawing, then going into tattooing, you might know, well, I'm not really good today, but I'll be good in, 2 years. So let me just keep at it. And you could be comfortable with that. Whereas if you don't, paint, draw, do photography, videography, anything like that, you might fall for that trap, that imposter syndrome trap where you're like, oh no, I'm not good, I suck. Like, no, it just takes time, So, that's what I think about that. Like, jumping into tattooing is a fool's errand. Like, nobody should just try to figure it out. I don't even know how we figured it out, to be honest. It was way too difficult of a medium to learn, and there's no mastering of it. You're just it's like golf. Like, you're never gonna beat tattooing. You just keep trying harder every time.
So I think the most underrated part of your art and what you do is that there's a consistency where the realism translates from canvas to skin.
Okay.
And I think that's a acquired skill. So I see a lot of people out there that do obviously realism painting, and also a lot of people that do obviously tattoos. But it's rare with your stuff. it looks the same on skin as it does on a canvas.
Okay.
So like when I'm asking these questions, it's like, okay, are you using some of the same techniques you paint with to get the similar results on skin?
Okay.
Or did you have to learn an entire new method to get this to achieve the same results as I'm seeing here on canvas? You see what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying. So this answer is a little esoteric, but this is the truth of it. So in my process of painting, if I call it if I break down the process between blocking in the shapes, putting in the first strokes, putting in texture, and then another layer of shadow glazing, and then a final layer of texture with the tiny little white highlights, the specular reflection keystrokes. That process, there's a thing that I do in my head, and I have to be a little crass with the terminology here. When I start, I don't give a shit. And I give a little bit more of a shit from layer to layer, and then in the very end of it, that's where everything really gets dialed in, and that's where the effect comes from. Your question is a poignant one, and the only way I can answer it is that I do the same thing when I tattoo, where I don't really focus in the beginning hours. I'm just trying to get the foundation in and get the work going, so that later I can tweak it and tune it exactly how I want to. And in doing that, that is something that carries over between canvas and skin. And in doing that, I think that gives me similar results, right? Because that means that my foundation layer in the tattoo is just as choppy or blocky as the foundation layer of a painting. And then I have to tune and fix that, whereas there's other artists who are really proficient at just like starting in a corner and perfectly finishing the tattoo as they move upwards. And I don't do that. I block the whole thing in and then come in and do subsequent layers and all that. So in that, but again,
that's important, man.
it's just a philosophical approach, you know, rather than a technical approach.
Some of this stuff is like I look at some of your work on Instagram, and it looks like somebody just took a photo and just put it on somebody's arm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and the realism there is very consistent with how your paintings turn out. So I'm like, what is your thought process there? Obviously, using a brush and using a needle, of course, is going to be two different things. Skin, canvas, that kind of thing. So I'm always curious about the approach you take.
Sure.
Doing two different things in two different worlds there. So.
Yeah, and there is I was kind of alluding to earlier, there is a lot of actual artistic principle behind all those decisions and how it happens. I just really try not to think about it and try to just like watch a movie or talk about aliens or something for the first couple hours of a tattoo so that I don't overthink it, right?
So that's where that freedom comes in that we're talking about.
Yeah. So going back to that freedom, that fear, I can answer that as a tattooer. I can't answer it as an oil painter because I use oil painting for a completely different reason than I do tattooing. Tattooing is a career for me. Oil painting was just like a way to pass the hours without going crazy.
So you obviously do you feel more pressure tattooing or painting, or is it just the same now that you've gotten so accustomed to doing it?
So that's the answer I was gonna try to get myself to, is that there was a noticeable turn around 4 years in, maybe 5 years into tattooing, where I realized I wasn't scared at the beginning of the tattoo anymore, where I'm like, I know it's gonna work out. Not being cocky, like I'm great, but I know that anything that would distract me in the beginning phase is not going to matter in a few hours when we get to the subsequent layering techniques. So I stopped caring in the beginning. I'm like, all right, let's just see what happens. Let's just keep going. Just kept pushing through without having any kind of like concern, free of concern, you know? But there's still like artistic principles. So if you're talking about like looking like taking a photograph and just putting it on somebody's skin, well, that's because I'm using trickery to simulate photographic effects, right? Trickery to create depth of field and separation between foreground and background and what's in focus and what's out of focus, similar to what I'm doing with this painting right here.
So now I'm really starting to see that patch look more of a patch and standing against some of that jersey there. You know what I'm saying?
Is it coming out?
Yeah, it's starting to look real good now. I'm starting to see like that stitching from the last session that you had.
Yeah, those little tiny guys there.
Yep, and it's starting to separate itself from the jersey from a light standpoint. So I'm starting to see a lot of that lift. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I haven't said this yet about this painting, but this is so important and so poignant, and I'm happy I get to tell you this right now in front of you. So I use former Detroit Red Wing coach Mike Babcock. I use one of his philosophies in everyday life, especially in tattooing, but I'm getting to use it in painting right now in this exact moment on that exact brushstroke. As we're speaking, I get to use this Mike Babcock philosophy, and it's just so awesome because it's the Detroit Red Wings coach, right? I'm not all on his jock or anything. I don't know much about Mike Babcock besides his years coaching the Red Wings. He could be a piece of shit. I don't know. But he said this thing once that struck me, and I've never let it go. So somebody's asking him in a post-game interview about a victory, and they asked him about, like, you know, what this win means or something like that. And Mike goes, well, winning is a day in, day out business for us. I don't really think about it like that. So really, I'm not too concerned about how the game turned out. All I care about is the play. So if you win the play, you win the game. So we're just focusing on plays. And then he went in to just explain like some of the plays of that particular game. But for me, that's the whole thing, right? Tattooing for 15 years or whatever, I've daily get compliments, thank yous, tips, whatever it is. I can't focus on that. I can't think about that. I can't care about that. I have to care about the line. I have to care about the shading. I have to care about how much paint is on this brush while I'm pulling it right now. Okay, let me just finish this anecdote and then you can squeeze in. I don't have to, I just care about those tiny things and the whole will come together. I don't have to worry about, like, is this gonna look like a guy punching a guy? I know it will, so who cares? Right. Don't think about that right now. Think about this one subsection of red and getting it nice and smooth, like your reference photo, and that's it. And then you move on to the next thing, and eventually the sum of the parts will be a good painting or a good tattoo.
It's almost like a puzzle method. You just take it one piece at a time.
Yeah. I'm not as sensitive to it anymore, but I was so sensitive when I was younger. This is kind of like a paint by number approach, because you're just creating subsections and filling it in. But then within filling in each subsection, you have to use all your artistic, knowledge to make it sing. But going section by section and finishing as you go, it's definitely not my favorite way to paint. That's just what I chose for this particular piece. Sure, you want to squeeze in and start narrating? We're going to have a little bit of narration coming in from our reporter.
What's going on in the chat? Anybody out there? Anybody in the chat? Let's see.
Oh, that link? Okay,
This is the one that's live right now.
That stream over there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Carlos is painting.
She's got the mic.
Carlos is adding some details.
All right. His daughter's got the mic, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue talking here. So I'm looking at this thing.
Everybody, there will be a pause at narrating.
She's over there with the other mic. He's dialing in that emblem there.
So far,
and he hates the brush strokes that he just put down. Where is the mic?
There's going to be a pause at narrating.
All right,
our narrator's going on break. But no, I was gonna say these strokes that I just put down, I absolutely hate them because they're not in my reference for this painting. They're just in the reference of the jersey that I'm looking at. And I was looking at this like, what am I gonna do to look stupid? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix up this tone again, this darker tone, and pull off of those lines so I have that edge defined, but it's not just a bunch of like little zigzags of red.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna come back in here and I'm gonna mix that alizarin crimson with a little bit of phthalo green, which gives me a near black. Like, look how dark that is. It feels like it's like straight up black pigment, but it's not. That's red and green. So this I can come in and just come right off of those nude lines that I put in, essentially getting rid of them or erasing them, if you will.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so I was able to use it, but didn't like how I put it down, but that's okay.
You're almost using the background.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
To remove the idiocy of what was right there. And there's something else that's going on over here that's going to be important for me to take care of too, is that this part of the patch is turned away from the light and in shadow. So we're losing a lot of we don't need as much definition on the tips of these feathers.
Narrating came to an unpause.
I got you.
I don't want to see details and shadows because that's not how detail works. That's not how shadows work. You know what I'm saying?
I want to add credit.
Okay. All right, so I got a shadow edge in there blocked in off of those dumb lines that I hated, and I don't like how sharp these points are on here. If I'm looking at a photo reference, of course I can see how sharp these points are here, but it doesn't need to be like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a nice soft blending brush. I'm gonna buff out what we just dropped in there, just by applying a little bit of pressure, just pushing into the canvas.
Hi, it's
Very,
Barbie
very
talking.
light. And we'll try to soften up these points here.
Just kidding. There's no Barbie talking.
See how it kind of erases it a little bit? See how it's getting a little softer? Does that make sense? Yeah. It's just kind of disappearing into the background. If I go too heavy, I can completely
Carlos is
smear it
painting.
off, so I'm going to keep a real light touch here. As Bob Ross would say, 2 hairs and some air. Real
Watch
gentle.
this.
And I can put a little bit more pressure to pull these shadows out here. Yeah, not terrible. All right, what else? Let's work on some of the whites in here. Got enough brushes. I can start mixing up a little. Wait, I thought I had a second brush I could set aside for this one.
Carlos is adding details.
Okay, so coming into my photo reference here, really all I'm looking at is how is this patch constructed, and then I will be able to invent the 3D elements of like how the stitching goes in. So I can see that there's like a inset ring, and then there's like some shimmering tones of like grays and whites, so almost like metallic type shape. So I'm gonna make a little pile of titanium white over
Carlos
here.
is adding paint.
Some titanium white over here. I'll pick up a little tiny bit of that green, red, near black, just to get me a mid-tone here. It's a little bit too warm, so I'm going to cool that off by pulling up a little bit of violet.
Hey, could you trade him microphones? Trade them. That one's got the mic. Trade it.
They both record.
Both recorders. That one's.
Thank you. Beautiful.
That's the good one. There you go.
Right.
Carlos is adding colors.
So what's taking place in my living room right now is taking me back 20 years, 24 years, 25 years to us hanging out and recording and working on music in my basement.
Oh yeah.
While Nicholas sits over on the side and hangs out.
Yeah. He was doing the same thing.
Carlos
Yeah.
is adding paint.
Doing the same thing when I wrote. What was the song I wrote?
Carlos,
I
what
know
are
what
you
song it
doing?
is. Not appropriate for the
I
stream.
don't know what you're doing.
Don't want to get me demonetized?
Yeah.
All right, let me just come in and start building up some shapes here.
I didn't want my brother to die. No, I did not. That's what that moment about.
I don't remember that song. You'll have to tell me off
I
screen.
have it on my phone. What up, Bill?
Carlos is adding paint to the canvas.
Already here. On the live stream.
Carlos is on the camera.
You over here in the morning.
gonna pull this like as clean as I can, but I'm gonna hit some of this red and it's gonna mess up my paint a little bit. I don't know if you could pick that up,
Carlos is grabbing paint.
but the red stripe that I had in there, as I was trying to pull and fix that circle, make this semicircle more circular, I knew that I was gonna accidentally pick up some of the red with this new white and make like a weird pink edge. So I'll try my best to
Carlos
add
is
some
adding
white and
paint to
erase
the
it, but
canvas.
I'll probably have to do a subsequent layer to fix that. Or, you know what? Tyree was asking a question earlier about how I erase stuff. Let me just do that right now. I'm going to grab a clean round brush and see if I can just push this
Carlos
out of
is
the way
adding
and
paint
redo
to the
it.
canvas.
So I picked up some of it, blended in some of it, and then I should be able to just drop it over on top
Background audio right now.
of it. And this is actually a faster way to fix this issue that I ran into, and probably better. So, happy little accidents, again, to borrow from Bob Ross.
Okay, that was background audio.
Yeah. This feels like the holidays.
Carlos is getting paint.
We got everybody over, we're all
Carlos
just hanging
is
out late
adding
night,
paint to the canvas.
working on fun stuff.
Oh, Carlos is doing the painting process. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Also,
looking
by the
nice.
way, stick around to
Not
the end,
100% there by any
because there will
means,
be
but I'm really
credits.
happy with our progress so far. It's okay.
Okay, Carlos is adding paint to the
I don't really
canvas.
have like, you can see I'm just doing this by hand, right? I don't have stencils or anything. I'm not going to get perfect circles, but I'm just going to try my hardest.
Is that paint?
You should push on my back more while I'm in the middle of pulling a circle. Yes, it's paint.
Oh, I was right on all of those. Carlos is adding paints.
Oh boy.
Hey, Kennedy, can I borrow the mic for a couple minutes? Ask some questions for the stream, because they can't hear me.
Carlos is adding paint to the canvas.
Andy.
Can I borrow your microphone for a little bit? Yeah. So they can hear me on the stream. Hear me back.
Thank you.
All right, we're back. All right, yeah. So he's working that edge there. You know, one thing I was thinking about the other day.
What's that?
It was weird because I got one request.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just? My first question be before I ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever put? I'm assuming the answer is yes. Do you ever put like little Easter eggs in your paintings?
Sure. Yeah.
So, I think what you should do for, when applicable, is you should have a hidden ladder in every one of your
Oh my
paintings.
God. Two things about that. First and foremost, I signed an NDA. I can't talk about that, so
Okay,
I won't.
okay.
I won't talk about it directly.
Okay.
Secondly, wow. I'm going to tell you something, though. You're going to like this, and this is the God's honest truth. And if you go back and listen to our streams, I've already said this on chat before.
Okay.
But I am going to start hiding Fire the Rat in every painting.
Oh,
we
that's
do.
my boy.
Yeah,
That's my boy.
because of that compliment that you gave me. I was like, all right, fire the rat.
The fire rat. Yep.
So I've been trying to figure out where to put it
Yeah.
in this one after a couple more questions. I've been trying to figure out where to put it in this one. I didn't know if I could get them back here blurred out somehow, or if somehow, some way, I'll be able to sneak them into this fight.
Oh, okay.
If I can have them in the fight where people won't notice until they look deep into the shadow, like, why is there a rat in there?
Yeah.
That's Fire, dude. That's Fire the Rat.
I didn't think his name was gonna be Fire, but I'm like, that rat is Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that rat's Fire, bro.
All right, so
That's dope.
I want to clean up a couple things before moving away from this and letting this dry.
Okay.
There is some concentric, like, circle shapes here that need to be balanced. So there's this red ring, there's this white band, there's this red band, there's this white band, and then there's this gray shadow around here. They need to all follow the exact same arc to sell this as an actual balanced patch, you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is keep this red ring here as the guide, and I'm going to balance everything based off of that, because that's the best, most circular one right now. So to do that, first thing I got to do is I have to balance out this white, because it tapers, it goes from skinny to fat over here. And I don't have any wet paint in there right now, wet white I don't think, maybe I do. Either way, I'm gonna start fixing that by pulling the red down, so I knock out two things with one stroke here.
With the big mic?
Give me a second.
Okay.
Tied in the big mic.
Okay.
Yeah, about 40 of you. We'll make it.
Carlos is adding paint.
Thank you, sir.
Carlos is
I
adding
don't want to get too
paint.
wild with making this one too thick though, because it needs to be approximately the same thickness as these. So I think I'll keep the bottom edge of that red, but I'll
Carlos is
tone up
adding
the top
paint.
with the white. You can see I got two paint brushes right now. One that's got my whites, one that's got my reds, so I can just pop back and forth between them very easily. You know what? This is also going to pick up a decent amount of that red, and I don't want to do that. So let me see if I can scrape some. Oh, you know what? I bought a tool for this. Check
Carlos
this out. I don't know if you've ever
is
seen this.
grabbing a new tool.
It's like a paintbrush. Let me hold this up.
Carlos is using a paintbrush
It's like a paintbrush, but it's
and
literally just a
reviewing
little
it to
piece of rubber.
Tyree.
It's a little. Yeah, look at that. That little rubber tip, like silicone rubber. This is literally for just sliding paint around that's already on the canvas.
Carlos is adding paint to the canvas.
Another answer to that question you're asking me earlier about like how would you want to erase paint. What I want to do is get as much of this off as possible, just so that when I put the next brush stroke on, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Carlos, you can put
That
white
I'm sure
paint.
there's like
Oh, you can put white
an
paint.
algorithm that's flagging it or whatever I say, but it's
A
an
ton-
artistic
like a
term.
ton of white
And I'm sorry to
paint.
have to use it. Trigger warning. whatever,
Over
but
that-
I use the word
the paint
molest the
you're
paint,
erasing.
meaning like one color's blending in. and
You
one
can
the other
put
color.
white paint
I
over
don't
the
like
paint
saying
you're
that word
erasing.
on my stream, but I was just gonna say like I don't want to molest the paint too much, so I have to
To paint too
pull as
much.
much off of the canvas as I can before putting the next brush strokes down. Yeah, it's doing okay. It's not the best, but it's doing okay. I'll put
Painting
another layer of
song.
white over this later on down the road. They're really,
This is a painting song. Will you love
that
it?
boom, boom, boom is going down through the floor. All right, so yeah, so this little bit of pink that's in here, I'm gonna let that set up and then I'll clean that up later. I'm cool with that. I did want to come in and do some hyper details on the threading. I might have backed myself into a corner like I did last time, where I painted too much around it to really get in and do it. But let me grab this brand new brush I got, this really insane, nice tight brush, and see if I can't
I love to paint.
get some ridiculous stitching details in. I got the brushes for it now, so. Let's see, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You wanna come in tight here? I wanna get the very center dot. I wanna see if I can get some really good stitching effect on there tonight. And see what I can do here.
I love to paint. I love
You see what I'm saying? Those little tiny little stitches. I mean, this is kind of what I dreamed about when I was a kid. Wanting to have my family just hang out and sing songs about me while I'm painting. Freestyle about me painting in some sort of grandiose way. My 16-year-old ego is very happy. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, and then there's an outer wheel here.
A hockey fight.
So, to be frank, I'm not getting the kind of detail I want right now, but I'm still going to use this opportunity to punch in some additional details. So, I'm going to keep working on this and getting these in, but it's not laying down the way I want it to, so I can't really commit to being like, all right, I can pull this off. If I can't pull it off, I'm not going to pretend like I can, right? So, I'm just going to put some more thread shapes in here, and then later on when we come back, it's like working a little bit right there, but it's just not the best, so that's fine. Finish blocking them in. I love this camera setup. I get to glance over at my monitor and see it closer up than I can with my eyes right now. Yeah? Is it working? Yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, now I'm looking at it on there, I can kind of see the stitch effect coming together a little bit. Are you coming up for Horror Slam next month?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm excited.
See me sweeping up glass.
I have so many questions I'll ask off stream about like the legality of putting these shows on. I'm so fascinated with like the potential for lawsuits.
It's a good time.
You and I didn't do this together, but Dan and I and maybe John for some times, but we used to go to those local wrestling shows back in like 2000, 26 years ago almost.
Is there nobody in the chat tonight?
I don't think so.
Everybody's tied up tonight.
It's amateur night tonight, right? Everybody's out drinking, having a good time? Yeah, I don't have anybody in the chat right now. Oh, this is wonderful. This is a good birthday gift.
Hockey fight. Want to get some hockey cake?
Cake. There's a Wings game tonight. It was blacked out on TV though, so we didn't get to watch it. Do you have any updates on the score? Have you seen any information about it? My favorite is to watch it in the reflection of somebody's like picture frame behind them illegally.
It must be over.
Yeah, I think it was a 7 p.m. Boo! Against Predators? Nashville. Yeah, this isn't looking too bad. Again, I can't really see it as well on here as I can on your camera. I can literally look over there and see better, like, oh no, I need to put a second row of...
It's getting real featherish.
Yeah?
A hockey fight.
I know. I'm driving back to Ohio singing it.
Nothing like a hockey fight. Two people punching each other in the face. Nothing like a hockey fight.
They all fight over the paycheck.
Come on.
And it's fun.
Yeah, witness the scale of it. I'm focusing so much time, I'm gonna do a full hour on this tiny little section. It's like the size of a DVD.
The hockey fight is so good.
Yeah, it's feeling good. I'm liking it. Could you guess any of these other players that are in here?
Steven Stamkos,
Is it?
13.
Yep. Tampa.
That's all I know.
Do you remember when he slid into the goalpost and destroyed his shin? He like
got
exploded
hurt.
his shin, yeah, and he was out for a while. He had to reconstruct his whole leg. Oh my God, that looks great on the zoom out. The detail on there. That's great. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, yeah, let's just do a couple quick things to wrap this up. Because I'm not going to get into a new subsection tonight, so.
Good time.
Yeah, this is great, man. Thank you for coming through.
A hockey fight. Love of the paycheck. A hockey fight.
Can I get the mic back, please?
A hockey fight.
Thank you. That's some things. I'm telling y'all, it's a hockey fight. A hockey fight. Yeah, man. When y'all see this, man, it's like I said, the stream really doesn't do it much justice. It looks very, very photographic.
Something that I don't know if I've talked about yet. I have some connections with the Detroit Red Wings. Not many, not deep, but some people that can talk to some people. I think when this is all said and done, I might take it up to LCA and try to have them do like a fundraiser type thing.
Okay.
So, you know, bid on it, whatever, and then do a spot like in between periods and show like the, you know, lucky winner or whatever, donate it to some awesome cause. Probably the Jamie Daniels Foundation. That's the one I always hear about.
Got a lot left here. Excited.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of painting to do, but that's awesome, you know?
The most excited I'm about for this whole thing is the people in the background.
Oh, yeah?
The people up there, yeah.
So I can't remember their names, but we came up with names for this couple here. And then I like this older dude who's holding like maybe his phone out to show somebody that's leaning behind him.
Yeah.
They're not in that reference. Like these like faces up here, we kind of put together. There's a separation that I haven't shown yet that I don't know if it's even interesting enough to show between that photo and then what I used, what I photoshopped to get the depth of field effect that I was looking for. But yeah, those like the background people. Where do you want to go? You want me to put you in there? There's like a press pit over here. I could put you over there.
I'm with it. Put me in there. Put me in, coach.
Awesome.
I'm gonna tell y'all real quick, man. Whoever made this cake, fire. You know, when you show up at the Global Canvas, man, you get, you know, free food and drink. You know, there's cinnamon rolls back there, man. Strawberry cake, Sprite. You know what I'm saying? What do you call that? Soda water. All the amenities. I'm well hydrated, y'all. to watch painting action, sip slow, eat great. Papa John's.
Well, thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate it.
This is an experience. I'm telling y'all though. This is interesting.
I do need to figure out before like getting rid of this and doing it as like, you know, a giveaway at a Red Wings game. I got to figure out a way to show it, you know, and I don't have the patience to wait till I have 14 paintings I've done live on the internet before, you know, setting up a gallery show or something, but I got to find a place to hang it, you know, for some, you know, year or two or whatever, so people can appreciate it before it goes away forever. But yeah,
That's good.
cool. I think that'll do it for today. Pretty good.
I think so.
Where are we at on our stream right now? We're at
Exactly an hour.
59 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'm gonna say something for the camera real quick. Let me come around here,
Cool.
y'all.
For sure.
Say something. Good credits. I'm gonna pass it.
All right.
Let me jump in.
Let Tyree get in the frame first.
Hey y'all, I just want to say, you know, happy birthday to St. Carlos, man. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all out there. Like I said, this has been a great experience. I got to actually watch my man in action for a great hour, hang with the family. Happy Thanksgiving to all y'all out there. I'm gonna pass the mic to our closing act, our reporter here. She's got a couple things to say here. You wanna take the mic? Come on in. Come on in, say bye to the people.
But I'm also gonna list the credits.
All right, you're gonna do the credits too?
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna do the credits.
All right, ready to click?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, guys, thanks for looking. We'll see you later. It's not muted. You're good.
Oh, that was good. That was fun.
Hockey fight painting.
Just gonna let her talk and let this run for a few minutes. 7? I think it was 7.
The credits for Hockey Fight episode
7.
7 are the main character, Carlos, reporter and hockey song singer and
Yeah.
narrator, Kennedy Kowalski. Carlos Kowalski.
Like
Carlos
the effect of stitching, like even though it's pretty sloppy at that zoomed in rate, but still like that looks like a jelly donut. That looks delicious. That's tasty.
Cameraman Tyree. Thank you for watching Hockey Fight.
She's doing the credits right now.
7. Please have fun doing this, because it will be really fun to see you next time. And also comment when comments get turned on if you liked the hockey song. Hockey Fight. See, like that's fun.
That was good. Sung that for 45 minutes.